Ladies and gentlemen, welcome as we are live, but not live, but live, half an hour before draft time as we are back for the first time in 2 years, Luke, I think, with Sportscast,
Pretty pretty close, I think. Yeah.
doing our NFL coverage that we did for a couple years we had running, and Luke got the hankering and I'm always having the itch, so we said, damn it. We got a half an hour to kill to the draft, Luke, and we are here.
I'm here.
So we are going to go through our mocks that we came up with. I have a couple. I still am not 100% sold on what I got for this, but
Me neither. I think this draft is one for surprises. I have a feeling.
yeah, I don't think there's like a clear consensus of who, like this guy is this or that guy is that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at I'm comparing my two boards, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have discrepancies. That's different. That's different. That's different. That's different. That's different. So I have numbers 3 through 7 different on both of them.
I think I do too, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can pull up my other one here. Yeah, I do too as well. Yeah.
So I guess since we really haven't had previous mocks because this is kind of the proverbial debut for the year. I think if you have your last two, I may go with who my consensus pick, and if I changed it, I may go over who I had it previously before, since we
Okay.
really didn't get to kind of have different mocks. Like usually we'd have like 5.0 and stuff at this point.
Yep.
Now, did you want me to kick this off, or you want to start the voyage of navigating through these 32 pictures? We have 25 minutes, it looks like, until they're in one of the worst cities in the world for football, Pittsburgh.
Boo, Pittsburgh. I mean, I can start. I think like the number one pick with Las Vegas is I think everyone thinks it's Fernando Mendoza, and I don't think anyone thinks it's not. And,
Yeah, same on the board. I mean, I think that's
yes,
a given.
I think me and you have talked about it in the last few weeks. I don't know, like something about this pick I don't like. I like if I'm the GM or the coach or whatever, I think I'm almost taking a different pick here and letting Kirk run my team for a year and and if we hoop the bed again, you know what, you're going into a 2027 QB class where there might be 3 to 4 first round QBs next year.
Yeah, yeah, that's a really good take with the two. And I think, sorry, I figured I'm going to be the one making noise now, so I better close that. I think you're in one of those situations where he won the Heisman. This team went undefeated. They beat
Yeah.
Ohio State twice, who has that big four of Arvell Reese, Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, Carnell Tate, who all are presumably, top 10 or sooner picks. Cade McDonald, who will be, I'm assuming, first round. So, I mean, this is a damn good team, but I think by beating them twice, like I said, having the Heisman, going undefeated, coming out of nowhere 2 years in a row here like they have, I think
Yeah.
if you're the Raiders fans, you almost I don't think I'd want to be that front office if I didn't make the pick.
Yeah, you don't want to look stupid because if you pass on them and the Jets take them at 2 or even Arizona at 3, I mean, you could argue all three of those first 3 teams need quarterbacks. And I mean, if you're the Raiders and you don't take him and he goes on and becomes the next, Tom Brady, you look stupid.
Well, I think it helps, or it doesn't help too, that if you skip on him and you didn't trade the pick, I think it makes it even harder because now you're telling your audience that not only did you not think he was the guy, but you probably turned down packages like franchise
Yeah.
altering package attempts. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like it's not the move I'd make, but like I feel it's the move they have to make. If
Yeah,
that makes
yeah. You don't risk. You don't try to get cute. I think right here.
Yeah, I mean, and if you fail, like I don't know. I mean, like there's always if he goes out and he goes 0-16, 0-17, I guess now. Like there's next year. I mean, the Cardinals did it years ago with Josh Rosen, and next year they went and took Murray, and now Murray's a Minnesota Viking. No big
Hell
deal,
yeah.
but
A shout out to our damn website doesn't have the pre-order anymore. I was a little upset when I was gonna do that today, but that's beside the point.
we got our jerseys.
The Kyler Murrays?
Yeah, at our store, we got them like a
No
week ago.
way. No
Yeah,
way.
yeah, the purple ones, home jerseys.
I don't believe it. That's ridiculous. Why did we not get? We got the throwback Quinn Hughes today. The white and golden ones from like the beginning seasons.
Hmm.
So now we have two different Quinn Hughes jerseys, and we got his Olympic jersey, but we haven't seen Kyler Murray's.
Yeah, we got our Kylers last week with truck.
I should just have you buy me one and send it to me.
I
Anyway,
can if you want me to.
now that you're gonna get me way sidetracked here telling me this. I apologize.
And then both my drafts, I had him number one, even though I wouldn't do it. But I just think, like you said, it's a stupid. Like you're gonna look stupid if you don't do it, and he turns out to be great.
Well,
Like,
let me pose this to you real quick before we jump on it too much. Is if you didn't take him, who would you even take? Like, who do you justify to your franchise that you skipped on the quarterback for?
I think there's only two people, and it's Arvell Reese and David Bailey from Texas Tech. Like those would be the only two. And like I thought more about them picking someone else. Back when the Max Crosby trade didn't go through, when he was going, I was like, oh, like they have to take a defensive end. Like this is crazy that they'd take a quarterback and not have any pass rushers. But now that he failed a physical and is back, like it makes more sense now.
So, who do you have at two then? I can comfortably tell you both of these I took David Bailey.
I didn't do both. In one, my earlier one, I had Reese, but in my one I did today, which is my like one I think is gonna happen, I have David Bailey at 2 to the Jets.
With going off of the current, the one I did before I had Arvell Reese at 3 to the Cardinals, but I wouldn't share
That's
my
what I have
love
on
this
my
time.
new one.
I wouldn't share my
did
love.
you?
Yep.
I like it. I don't for our dynasty league, but I like it for the card.
I feel like this draft is so blah, like not blah, but like there's only like a few guaranteed first round grades you're 100% handing out.
Yeah.
I feel like while the Cardinals have the need for, a linebacker, something else. I just think that raw talent, the same raw talent that I think you're betting on,
Yep.
is just too hard to pass up.
For sure, yeah. Like I get it. The reason I went Arvell Reese here, I almost put Love, but I just think them bringing in Tyler Algier, plus Connor's coming back. They got Trey Benson who tore his ACL, but he'll be back. Like I just think I don't know. That's kind of a crowded room for me, and I just don't. I didn't like it on a dynasty draft perspective.
I also think this is where Dallas, Kansas City, New Orleans, and the Giants could be in play for a trade.
Yes, I would agree. Yeah, like if the Giants gave up 5 and 10 to move up to 3 to take an Arvell Reese, I could see that.
Yep, I could definitely see that too. I could see the Cowboys doing that for Reese or even Sonny Styles.
Yeah, 12 and 20 moving up, which like for the Cardinals, you'd almost want them to do that so you get more draft capital.
Yep. Or even like KC at 9 and what do they have, 29?
Yeah, KC has 29 and 9. Yeah.
Yep, 9, yep. Because you go back to 29, you get your quarterback if you want, potentially. And then at
Yep.
9, you're still in discussions. I mean, you could still get a few pieces. So I
Yeah.
think that's the first time we potentially could see a trade happen.
Yes.
Pick 4, because of Jeremiah, I had Love at 4, but I switched it to Sonny Styles with my final having Love at 3.
So for the longest time here at 4 with Tennessee, I had Jeremiah Love going. And I thought it was a for sure as Fernando Mendoza #1 to Vegas. I was like, it's for sure. But everything I've heard lately from websites and everything like that, I think they're just gonna take a defensive player because they're so bad on defense. I think they're gonna take. I have them taking Ruben Bain Jr. from Miami, the edge
Okay.
rusher. Since David Bailey, I have him going too. I think that's the smart play. It maybe isn't the sexy play, you know. I mean, as me and you a fan, and we've talked drafts for a long time. We've talked football for a better part of a decade almost. And I've told you I hate lineman picks because you're just like, oh, okay. It's not like, woo. Why is David Bailey walking to the stage right now?
They're just bringing out all like the first rounders that are in the
Oh,
green room.
okay. Hey, there's that boy I'm talking about right there, David Bailey looking fly. But I think I'm gonna go with an edge rusher, best available, Ruben Bain Jr. Tennessee at 4.
Which then 5, I guess the Giants take those riches, and that's where I have our Arvell Reese slotted now with
Gotcha.
with Styles going.
I also haven't have them taken Ohio State Buckeye, but I have Sonny Styles here for
Okay.
the Giants.
Yeah, I just for some reason I feel like Arvell Reese is the Leonard Wilkinson, where he's the guy that's gonna just randomly drop, and not
Yeah.
far. I don't think he's making it to Dallas at 12 per se. But I think that's where there could be some stuff. Now, I will say here, coming in at 6, depending what's available, I think the Browns want a player like Caden Proctor potentially, or CC Magoa to get another lineman that they need. But I feel like 6 is too high. So this is another one where I could see Dallas with 12 and 20 coming in, and the Browns trading back.
Yes, I can see them doing that. Yep.
I originally had Sonny Styles to Dallas at 6, but with me having him going at 4, I have Cleveland then, if they don't trade it, giving Shadur the thing that he didn't have last year, and that's somebody to catch the ball, and that's Carnell Tate. That guy
Everything
will go up and catch everything, I feel like. And Shadur, not to, ride him harder than I did last year, but everything that I said, he started proving me right. I mean, the guy almost had a winning record, and he had nobody that could hold on to a football.
For sure, for sure. I like the pick with Carnell Tate. I know you're a huge Shadur fan, and I am too. We followed him in college along with Travis Hunter. For a fantasy football reason only, I hope Cleveland does not take a wide receiver at 6.
Gotcha.
But I have them taking a tackle to protect Shadur. I think Shadur is going to start this year. They're going to see what they have for the whole year. Fine, this year they're just going to let him ride or die. Not to sound bad, but and they're gonna. I have them taking Miami Francis Maui Goa. That's who I have them taking.
Yeah, I think CC Margot is good. Like, probably the best tackle. I feel like if you can trade back, you could get him or Monroe Freeling or Spencer Fano or something like that. Or if they're really married to Caden Proctor, maybe he's there at 12. So
Yep.
I don't know, but I think if they make that move, that gives them 12, 20, and 24. So I could really see something like that. I think with the way it's shaping out here, is I switched from Carnell Tate at 7 to Washington to them going, cool, we got Caleb Downs because he just randomly fell to our lap.
I have them. This is where I have Jeremiah Love going. Is to Washington.
Wow. If he falls there, that's a. Either way, Washington's going to get away with going, we'll just take what's left. That's fine. Thank you.
And that's the way I kind of think they're going to do it. A lot like the Vikings is like Washington has a lot of pieces in place, and they're kind of in the position like I'll just take what falls to me. Mm-hmm. Like if Jeremiah Love falls, cool. I'll take the next Bijan. Like, if one of those wide receivers fall to me, cool. I'll take a number one wide receiver. If one of those big ends or Arvell Reese or Sonny Styles falls to me, cool. I'll take my defensive center point for the next 5 years.
Yeah, so I think they're in a good spot, and they don't need to trade back. I think they can perfectly just grab something, and they'll be happy at their pick.
Yes, I totally agree.
Pick 8, this is the first one other than Mendoza that I've had on the same on both. And I had Ruben Bain both times going to the Saints at 8.
Good pick. This is where I have Carnell Tate going. I think, as good of a season Chris Olave had last year, I apologize. Last year. He's injury prone. Yeah. I mean, I think he's only finished his rookie season and this season, but he still missed a game this season, the last game of the season due to concussion protocol. Like in my mind, you can't trust that and hope for the best, in my opinion, so I think they just take a big weapon for Tyler Shook. That's his name, right?
Yep, Tyler Shook.
I mean, he proved last year that he's a serviceable QB that got taken last year late in the draft. So let's go out and get him another weapon. Kamara's gone. ETN's there now. Let's build a franchise and see what we can do around him and hope for the best.
Yeah, because I think he'll be 26 this year. Shook will be already.
Yeah, he was older, yeah.
This is another one that I had the same both times. I have Kansas City at 9. Either trading with Dallas, same situation, 12-10, because there's still a defensive guy, in my opinion, that they would want. And if it doesn't happen, I have the Chiefs both drafts taking Jordan Tyson, and happy with that.
I like that pick. I contemplated Mekhi Lemon here for a long time. That's who I had him taken in my first draft a couple weeks ago. But after they traded the corner, who did they trade to? Do you know who I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. I remember. I know what you're talking about. I don't remember who.
The Rams. I forgot his name. I have him taking Mansour Delane out of LSU.
Okay. Trent McDuffie is who they traded there.
That's who it was, yeah. And I just feel like they need another corner. They play in a division with some wide receivers and stuff like that. I just feel like they need to get better on the defensive side of the ball, and I just have them taking that corner right there.
So not to jump around, but going off of what you just said, my next two teams I had flipped, so I'll just go with both of them. I originally had Mansour Delane going to 10 to the Giants, and then CeCe Margola, the tackle for Miami, going 11 to the Dolphins, keeping, Miami with Miami, trying to get, sell some tickets, just like Carnell Tate in Cleveland, Ohio State, sell some tickets. But I flipped it, and I went with the lineman to the Giants, giving Dart and Scatterbo a little more protection. And then I had the Dolphins and taking Mansour Delane.
I like that. So I have at number 10, and if this happens, if the Giants get both players I predicted, I'm jumping ship and becoming a New York Giants fan. I have them getting Caleb Downs here.
Wow, so I have him getting Downs at 5 in my old one.
I have him falling to 10.
So you have him getting Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs.
Yeah, and I'm a huge Ohio State fan. Anyone that knows me knows I love Ohio State. That's my college team. I always have. I don't know why. I lived in Ohio for a little bit in my life, so I think that might be why. Mm-hmm. But if they pull this off and they get both of them, I mean, they're instant contenders to take the East, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Eagles are still the Eagles, but I mean, like you can't look at that team after those 2 picks and go, you know what? We might have some problems for the next 5 years.
Yeah, they're doing what they would be doing what the Eagles had done to build that team.
Yeah.
They're just hitting
One
their picks.
Yeah, one thing I will say about this number 10 pick, I've read a lot. Don't be shocked if Jordan Tyson goes here.
I could see that if he
And
if
they paired Jordan Tyson with Malik Neighbors, with Jackson Dart and Cam Scadaboo. Talk about a young offense that has firepower.
And he got 25-year-old tight end Isaiah Likely now too.
Yep.
So even more.
Do you want me to give my 11th pick?
Yeah, you might as well. Yeah.
At number 11, I have Ryan's 3rd overall pick in Dynasty Draft, Mekhi Lemon here.
All right. So that moves me to Dallas at 12. This one I had weird because originally I had Caden Proctor going here because I had traded with the Cardinal or with the Browns. But going off of this one, having Cardinal Tate go to Cleveland and not making a trade, Dallas is kind of the team now who they didn't get Delane, they didn't get Ruben Bay, they didn't get Downs, they didn't get Reese, they didn't get Styles, they didn't get David Bailey. So they're still sitting here now needing defense. And I know this is a player that's mocked to the same team in every single one of them, including my first draft. I even had him going there. But I'm going to change it up because there's nobody else left. And if they can't get a trade done, I have him taking Dylan Thieneman at 12.
I'm along the same lines. I have him taking Jermod McCoy, corner out of Tennessee. I mean, me and you could probably agree. Both their first round picks have to be on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and ironically, at 20, you're going to hear that's a pretty similar name from Tennessee.
So
that
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they have to. Like I would say if Dallas walks away tonight with an offensive player in the first round, they failed. Like you were one of the worst defenses ever. But your offense was putting up like 30 points a game, and you couldn't win.
Yeah. I had this same on both. I have the Rams at 13 getting the hometown kid, Mekhi Lemon.
I like that pick actually a lot, Ryan. I do. I've actually, this pick, I'm with you. I've had the same, but I have him taking a tackle, Spencer Fano out of Utah here.
He's a good player. That's a really good pick. I had him going next, actually, to the Ravens. But I switched it because I feel like the Ravens need a little more interior help. So I gave him Oliva Vega Ione from Penn State.
Oh, our first agreed pick since the Raiders pick at number 1.
Now, could you spit out that first name?
No, I wasn't going to try. I was going to have you pronounce it. But
Oliva Vega Ione.
yeah, and I had them taking him for since my last mock too that I did back in the beginning of April.
Yeah, I think that was kind of. I went that route because I figured it gives some more interior help, what they really need with, moving pieces around and who's moved out. Linderbaum and stuff like that. Getting that all figured out and stuff. So, then at 15, this was the same for both picks. Once again, kind of my Jeremiah Love to the Cardinals thought. I know you have Cade Otton, but he's probably the best player on the board that could help Baker Mayfield right now while you still have him moving and you got Ibuka who's growing. And I had him taking Kenyon Sadiq. Tight end.
Third pick.
Let's go. It just feels like totally a no-brainer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My only fear is he was a stud at the combine, but he didn't really do much in college. Now that's not to say it just there's people that have that happen. I'm just worried maybe he's one of those John Ross guys that blows you away and then you take him and it's like, oh.
You're like, damn, that's true.
Yeah, that's my only worry.
You're Corey Coleman, that same.
Yeah.
And then rounding out the first half, I originally had Keldrick Falk going to the Jets, but with Ione taking the final spot at 14, I feel like they have to take some sort of line help. in New York, and as much as it would nice to be getting another big SEC pass rusher in Keldrick Falk, I had Fano going at 16 then with the fall.
So in my previous drafts, I had mapped defensive players here all over the board. You know, I had McCoy from Tennessee going here a couple of weeks ago. I've had Dylan Thieneman going here for a while. But I think they signed Geno Smith to see if he could do for them what he did for the Raiders and get that first overall pick for a QB next year. And I gave them another weapon in Jordan Tyson right now.
Hell yeah. That's quality that far back.
Get a big body guy out there, you know, someone to line up across from Wilson. You know, give that rookie quarterback a second target other than just Wilson.
Mm-hmm. No, I like it. I think it's a good play because the Jets. I mean, the Jets need everything, but sometimes you just can't pass up talent like that. We kick off our second half of the draft. At 17, I went the same both ways through. I've seen other names, but I went with Monroe Freeling, the tackle out of Georgia, to Detroit.
Fourth pick, Ryan. Fourth pick. Fifth pick.
Let's go.
Yeah, Monroe Freeling. I think they got to get one of those tackles with Decker leaving and, you know.
18, then I originally went Thieneman. But with me reaching with Dallas, and I think, look, I didn't see this before, but, you know, I forgot about the George Pickens thing. I think there is a chance that a wide receiver, albeit not needed, could be in play with one of those picks.
With the Dallas's picks?
Yeah, with the whole Pickens thing. Pickens signed his tenure, his franchise tag, but, I mean, they're not doing long term, so.
Yep, I think it could be.
I could see them taking a wideout, and then if somebody offered like a second or a third, they take it. Just get rid of it.
So what did you have for the Vikings?
I ended up going same position, but I went Emmanuel McNeil Warren.
Gotcha. I have him taking Thieneman here.
Yeah. I think it's probably the right answer, but I figured take a shot. Dallas needs defense, and they're all gone.
Yeah.
Let's give them Thieneman. They've seen what happens when you get a white safety in the NFC East.
Right.
Next two picks, I didn't have any change, so I'll drop them both because you already kind of talked about one earlier. But at 19, I had Cade McDonald, defensive lineman, Ohio State, going to Carolina. And then I had Jermod McCoy.
Ryan, sixth pick.
Let's go. I think in a world where he isn't injured, Jermod McCoy would go above Mansour Delane. Yes. But I think missing all of last year is what held him back, in my opinion, to 20.
Yeah. I think 19's a place that if Tampa at 15 passes on Kenyon Sadiq, look for him at 19 with the Panthers. But in my mock, I do have Tampa taking him, so I have him just taking the best available position, in my opinion, which is Cade McDonald. And then at 20, I had Dallas going with another defensive player, but C.J. Allen, linebacker from Georgia.
Nice. He's a big guy. And those linebackers from Georgia.
Yeah, I had to throw it in there so the Eagles didn't get another one.
I didn't mention this, but at 13, I think a team like the Lions could sneak in and try to trade back.
Yes.
17 and something in like a third to move up with the Rams if there's a run on linemen. Because I could see the Lions really wanting to replace Decker, so they just said, screw it, we'll trade up. But I think the Panthers are in a good spot at 19 where they could trade back, too, if a team like, I don't know, Houston is really in love with somebody. I had the same player going with both, and, depending on runs, maybe they reach up. So I think that's another possibility with trades for those. 21 and 22 and 23 and 20. Oh, my gosh. I have like a run. I have the exact same picks from 21 down, so I guess I don't have to read both. I can't believe I actually had all the same. So 21, I went with Clemson tackle Blake Miller to Pittsburgh.
Oh, number 7, Ryan.
Let's go. See where we go here. Number 8. Could it be number 8? At pick 22, I had the Chargers taking Mendoza's weapon, Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana, the wide receiver.
It is. It is not. I have the Chargers taking Emmanuel McNeil, whatever is it, Warren?
Warren, yep.
That safety. So
And they need players too.
yeah, they're kind of in that same boat where they need a little bit of everything, kind of.
Yeah, who are these dorks?
That's Cameron Hayward and J.J. Watt, not J.J. Watt. The other Watt,
Yeah.
DJ Watt.
Philly, unfortunately, I still have them getting riches, even though I had him. He's damn it, I bums me out. But at 23, I had Keldrick Falk from Auburn going to Philly, giving them another solid SEC edge rusher.
I give the Eagles Akeem Misador, edge out of Miami.
Oh, he's the 25-year-old this year, the Mesador. he's that big. He had 12.5 sacks last year for Miami. So I think he's the most pro ready, and usually they're good with those kind of guys. So it's probably a good pick.
Yeah.
At 24, assuming they haven't taken one yet because of the way I've done things with Carnell Tate, or if they had traded back.
Yep.
I had the Browns at 24 taking Caden Proctor, tackle from Alabama.
Ooh, I like that pick. I have them taking their wide receiver. So you had them taking wide receiver at 6. I have them taking Mendoza's weapon, Omar Cooper Jr.
Nice.
Here.
I originally, when I didn't have Carnell Tate going 6, I had Denzel Boston going here because while he's not the flashiest guy, he's going to do exactly what the biggest problem was, somebody to catch a football.
Yep.
Because once again, there's passes he was making that people were throwing them behind the. I mean, it was some of the craziest shit I've ever seen, and I know it probably wasn't too wacky. It probably just felt that way because of what I was watching, but that team was an anomaly, and I don't know how they were succeeding.
Yeah.
25, I have the Bears taking edge rusher out of Clemson, TJ Parker.
I have them also taking an edge rusher, but Keldrick Falk out of Auburn here.
Yeah. Good pick. If he slips, I'm sure they would. I don't think they're going to have an issue with either of them, but I mean, Keldrick Falk's a good player there.
Yeah.
I know you had him go earlier, but I have C.J. Allen falling to the Bills here at 26.
I have them taking defensive tackle Caleb Banks here.
Okay. 27, I have the Niners grabbing the Arizona State tackle Max Ionacor.
I have them going tackle, but I have Caden Proctor falling this far.
Yeah, I think Proctor could start as high as 13 if Detroit really wants him, and they trade up. But I think Fano, I think Freeling. You could almost argue Miller, and then Magoa. I think are all. I think all.
Yeah, they're all serviceable. They're all serviceable. Yeah.
Well, I think the one hard part about Caden Proctor is he's like what's a good example? He's like a NXT solo Sokoa match. When he's on, man, that's why you were suddenly having him one of your favorite wrestlers in the world. But man, when he's off, he stinks.
Yeah, he's no Jacob Fott too.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the problem with Proctor is if you knew you were getting those main event style quality matches out of him, he'd go higher. But I think the risk is so much higher than the reward can be. Because for every A+, he's going to have a C and C-, I think. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yep.
28, a guy who a lot of people had top 5, top 10 last year, but he had a really bad season. And I think the only reason he stays in here is because of his upside, and that's Clemson defensive lineman Peter Woods.
Number 8, Ryan, right there.
Agree. Yep.
I'm with you. I think this could be the steal of the draft if he is what everyone thought he could be before this year of college football.
Yeah, because man, he sure did. I mean, that whole Clemson team, to be fair, kind of stunk last year from what they.
Yeah, when they were. That's because their quarterback played Klubnik or whatever his name.
Yeah, Klubnik is dog water. Raiders officially on the clock. 8-minute countdown.
They traded
If
the
they
pick. No,
make
I'm
the
just joking, everyone.
If they make the pick before we are off, we'll play. Excuse me, we'll play the pick for you. 29 with the Chiefs' second pick, depending on trades. I went with Akeem Mesidor, the edge from Miami.
Like that. So you had him taking a wide receiver at number 9, correct?
Yeah, I Jordan Tyson.
Yep. So I had it switched. I have him taking a wide receiver here with Denzel Boston,
Nice.
which they have the short, speedy guy and Rashee Rice as long as he doesn't do his thing. But I think they need another weapon. Kelsey's out, I think, after this year, even though he just keeps coming back. But
At 30, I had a guy the Dolphins doing what we had kind of thought was going to happen earlier, but I don't think it is anymore. And I have them actually taking Denzel Boston, the Washington wide receiver, to give Malik
Gotcha.
Willis that weapon finally.
so for my last draft, I had them taking double wide receivers in the first round because, like, right now they have no one to catch the ball. No one, not a single human being. So I was like, they have to, right? But after I looked at it today and I redid it, I have them taking Avion Terrell, corner out of Clemson.
Nice. And hell yeah, keep going.
I was just thinking, like, they need everything, man. Like, I know they got Malik Willis, that's great. But, I mean, they traded their wide receiver. They don't got nothing else. They traded Minkah Fitzpatrick, right? Or was that right? No.
Yeah, they get because then they sent him to Pittsburgh a couple years ago.
Yeah, like they need a defensive stud on that side of the ball, and what's left is that. So I think that's what it's gonna happen to be.
At 31, I have New England grabbing a cornerback as you did with Miami, and I have them taking that man Avion Terrell.
I think this is where the A.J. Brown trade happens.
Okay.
I think A.J. Brown gets traded to the Patriots for this pick. So I have the Eagles trading up here and taking his replacement, KC Concepcion.
Oh, nice. That's a good. I had thought about him too with Cleveland and Kansas City as options too. And then with the last pick, I have Seattle taking edge rusher Cassius Howell out of Texas A&M.
I think this is a trade as well. I think the Cardinals trade up to get in front of the Jets to take Ty Simpson.
So I have Cardinals as the team that I feel like they're going to trade up no matter what. I think they could give up 72. I think is the other one that I did on the PFF and it said it worked.
Yep.
But I think either 30, 31, or 32 they're going to do it.
Yes, because I think they have to jump the Jets. The Jets have 33, and they have to get in front of them. I think the Jets, if he's there at 33, he's a Jet.
Yes.
Which I'd rather have him be a Cardinal, to be 100% honest. They have more weapons, I think. And especially if they walk away from this draft with Jordan Love like you predict and Ty Simpson like I predict, I mean, that's something for Cardinals fans like our boys Zeke and you to look forward to.
I think, yeah.
Fernando Mendoza looks like a man who did not receive a phone call.
Watch, he's just sitting there.
Yeah, he looks pissed.
They take Jeremiah Love for some reason.
No. I'd cry. I'd be like, no.
I think at the end of the day, the other reason you have to move up, obviously, is to jump the Jets. But as I've always been a big proprietor, you get that fifth year of eligibility for the player.
Ooh, Raiders pick is in. Booger McFarland's talking, though.
Well,
Let's listen, Ryan. Let's listen.
Do that at some point. Well, look, I don't think that he is uniquely qualified to go ahead and carry the football team. When I went out to Indiana.
Folks, after we make this pick, we'll close out with you. We'll get watching the draft, but be on the lookout because we're gonna have more content, hopefully coming soon here as we start talking some football again. I think on the channel here. as we bring an extra special bonus to the WrestleCast channel here on Red Circle. But
Wouldn't it be wild if it's not Mendoza? I don't know what I'd do.
I think it has to be, right?
Yeah, it has to be, but like if it's not Mendoza, it's like David Bailey, I think, or Arvell Reese. It has to. I don't know who else it would be.
I feel like we need to call what's that guy's name?
Sanchez. I don't remember his first name.
I know. I don't know why I can't think of his first name either.
Hector. No, definitely not Hector. They look happy. I think it's Mendoza. The brother looks like he knows that he got a call, but he looks like he's like, I didn't get a call yet. What's going on?
Mendoza was not born the last time the Raiders won a playoff game. That was January 19th.
He wasn't born the last time.
Mendoza was born in October.
All right, get out there and tell us.
Seemingly every day since.
I hope it's Mendoza. Like, the more I've kept thinking about it, like,
On his way to the podium to announce the first
I don't want him to go to, like, the Jets or something. Like, he doesn't deserve that, I don't think.
Here we go.
With the first pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, it's the right pick. It's... Oh, now he looks like he got a call. It's the right pick, I think.
I want to
Like,
give a shout out to Fernando Mendoza, who didn't even go to the damn thing.
hey, that's because he was afraid he wasn't going to be the first pick. He was like, I don't want to be embarrassed.
I was like, damn, this guy's not even in the building. Yeah, what's up, Dad? Or whatever that is.
Right.
Is that Jerry Jones?
Probably. No, that's Davis, isn't it? No, that can't be. They didn't go out there, did they? That's got to be like Grandpa.
Grandpa. Carlos Sanchez is our guy, and he only is for the Jags now.
Oh,
No more Raider coverage.
That's cool.
There's the party at his house.
And just because we gotta talk about our guy. Final 3-round mock. Our guy Carlos Sanchez has Caleb Banks, defensive tackle out of Florida, at pick 56. Derek Morgan, Michigan pass rusher, at 81. Deontay Lawson, Alabama linebacker, at 88. And Justin Jolly, North Carolina State tight end, at 100.
Gotcha.
So we may not be talking to him, but he's here in spirit.
Yep. All right, Ryan, since mocks are over, what's the one thing you think is going to be a surprise in the draft? The first round, I think.
Well, thank you.
I think
In the last 5 months, you have
I think there's a crazy chance one of those Ohio State 4 fall out of the top 10.
I could see that. I could see that.
I think it's almost a non-thing, but I think that's your crazy. Here's what I'm gonna say is, to me, if it's not Mendoza, Bailey, Love, Styles, Reese, Tate, Downs in the top 7, I'll be kind of shocked. I could see Tyson sneak in there.
Yeah.
I just don't. I truly can't see anybody else going there. I don't think a lineman sneaks in because I think they trade back. Maybe Reuben Bain. Maybe Delane.
Yeah.
Jets
I
already
agree.
3.5 minutes.
They're fielding calls to see if someone wants to trade up for Love before the Cardinals pick.
Yeah. It should be interesting. All right, Luke. Well, I'm going to stop this recording. And we are going to enjoy the draft, as you all should. And like I said, be on the lookout. We'll get some advertisements going. We're going to reach out, and we're going to try to put some fun together over the next few weeks here with some NFL and draft chatter. Anything else you got, Luke?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, y'all. We'll have a good one. Enjoy the draft.